From our studios in Battery Park, this is NYFA News.
Hello, my name is Harrison Jones. Thank you for joining us for this edition of NYFA News. The Black Lives Matter movement continues to call for police reform. Protests following unlawful arrests and the use of excessive force by officers have been fueling distrust among many. We asked New Yorkers how they feel about the police presence in their city.
Police brutality has gained much attention in recent years. This issue is nothing new. Police have historically used excessive force in the U.S. But now, social media is fueling the spread of these stories and people have been critical of police practices. One Gallup poll shows that 40% of Americans don't trust the police to adequately protect the people. Here in New York, there's a significant police presence. So how have stories on police brutality affected the minds of New Yorkers on cops?
So I'm here in Times Square to learn firsthand whether or not New Yorkers really feel safe around the people who are supposed to be protecting them. Do you feel safe around police?
Yes.
I mean, it depends on the situation.
Yes.
Do you think the police does an adequate job of protecting the people?
With a lot of the stuff that's been going on recently, I don't really know anymore.
Not always, no, but sometimes I'd say so.
They do. Yes, because they're doing their job to, make the place smooth, go smooth in order.
Okay. What are your thoughts on people who have been killed by the police in recent times?
Everything started from a misunderstanding between each other party.
I feel like there needs to be justice.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for your time.
Here in New York, people still have trust in the police, but the status quo mustn't remain for people to continue to have that view.
Have you ever passed an advertisement and thought, how did that get approved for a public space? Haley Gunning shows us some shockingly provocative examples and finds out how people are reacting.
Are women being shown respect through advertising, particularly on bus ads and billboards? Or is it still male-dominated think tanks making decisions on Madison Avenue? How do you think that women are being presented in these provocative bus ads?
Yeah, the bus ads, it could be perceived as sexist towards women, I feel.
How do you feel the ads on these yellow taxi cabs portray women?
I think they can portray them pretty provocatively sometimes so that the corporations can make money.
Do you believe that women are being shown respect through advertisements?
I don't believe that women are being shown respect. In fact, it's getting worse and worse with demoralizing women.
What learning experience do you think this has on children who see these ads?
Well, children will see their moms as objects of very little respect.
One thing is for certain, there is definitely no shortage of advertising dollars for such choices.
Food that is good for you might not be as good for your wallet. Linda Manzoni shows us why in the U.S. curbing such an evident issue as obesity is even more complicated than you can.
Why is healthy food so expensive?
In the U.S., 1/3 of the population suffers from obesity. It is agreed that this may be caused by the individual's genetic susceptibility and behavior, but are also poverty and obesity correlated?
The U.S. Census Bureau observed that in contrast to international trends, the most poverty-dense American counties are the most obesity-dense. Researchers suggest the government's intervention by making a junk food tax. Hungary and Mexico are already doing it, and it seems to be effective.
If they see that they don't have taxes in healthy food, then a lot of people will be encouraged to eat more healthier.
I think that taxing healthy food is actually not a good idea right now because it will cause a greater income burden on poorer people who don't have access. There's nowhere for them to buy healthier food, so then they're forced to buy the products they're already going to buy at more expensive prices. If we had other ways to distribute healthier food in lower income neighborhoods in accessible ways, then I think there could be some potential to tax on healthy food.
According to a research from Harvard School of Public Health, A healthy diet costs $550 more per year than an unhealthy one.
I think that as we are right now, Americans cannot all have access to healthy food because there are no places to get healthy food in a lot of neighborhoods that are affordable.
Coming up next on NYFA News, find out how female athletes lag behind when it comes to sponsorship, while viewership is rising. And we discover Donut Plant, the handmade donut shop that's surprising New Yorkers with its uniqueness.
Family was always an F word to me.
Feelings? Fine.
Fire fist. Fire fist. Future boy.
Fighting.
Your face. Foreshadowing.
It's my utility bag. It's a fanny pack, and you know it.
Now we're getting it.
Got his mother!
Get Deadpool 2 at these digital stores and watch anytime with your Movies Anywhere app.
Imagine being a woman athlete. Imagine that you're doing the best you can and showing great results. But as Iram Yildirim reports, women have a long way to go before sharing the limelight with men in sports.
As we know, there's always been a discrimination between genders. In today's topic, we're going to talk about inequalities among male and female sports. Why female sports are less popular than male sports?
I think female sports are less popular because there's a stigma men have growing up is basically females are delicate, they small, and I feel like it's a predominated thing too because it doesn't really make sense. Like sports are for everybody.
Some say things would be different if there were more sponsorship and media coverage.
I think that the women's sport would become more popular because more people will recognize the women's talent.
According to Marketing Week, there is a huge imbalance between the sexes when it comes to advertising. Some athletes say women can compete at the very highest levels of sport.
I think female sports just shows you that women could be more than a mother, more than a businesswoman, more than a doctor, more than a trainer, more than pregnant. Like it just shows that women do things differently and could still do what men do at the same time.
ESPN said in 2016, viewership of women's March Madness basketball had a 46% increase from the previous year. Companies may want to reconsider their strategies if they don't want to miss a sponsorship opportunity. Iram Yildirim for NYFA News.
Donuts are sold by many chains across the world. Many people associate them with being unhealthy. Max Coven found a store in the heart of Manhattan that's looking to change their minds.
Cravings. They bring out the best in us, sometimes the worst. Caramels, cupcakes, donuts. I'm sure something like that will fill a sweet craving of yours. Come with me inside Donut Plant to visit this healthy sweet treat.
Make our donuts fresh throughout the entire day.
The Lee girls, who are from Canada, had an opinion to share about their local donuts.
It is better than donuts that we've had in the past. Like, we're from Toronto, so if you guys have heard of Tim Hortons, this definitely beats it.
The bakery's not here. The bakery's on the Long Island City location, which they have a huge facility where they make all the donuts and then they facilitate them to the other stores around New York City.
Take a guess like we at New York Film Academy did about how many shipments of donuts these stores get daily. It was more than we assumed.
We get about 3 to 5 deliveries throughout the day. We're a vegan and vegetarian-based company.
I personally feel better about eating these donuts knowing they are a better and healthier choice. My friends, the Lee girls, agreed.
We did not know that coming here, but knowing that now, I guess, knowing that it's a healthier option and having something so sweet be a bit better for you is kind of a win.
Well, I'm glad we had the opportunity to see Donut Plant at its finest hour. This is Max Coven with a rumbling stomach, hoping you're ready to eat.
And that concludes this edition of NYFA News. I'm Harrison Jones. Thanks for watching.